Hello, my dear Scorpios. This is the Sun Woman. Thank you for stopping in with me this month for your new moon holistic tarot readings. And this particular reading is going to cover the period between the new moon in Virgo on September 19th through to October 19th, which is the new moon in Libra. So this new moon is falling in your 11th house, okay? And the area of the 11th house has a lot to do with our friends, our dreams, our goals, our group associations, our social life, social media, our connection and interconnectedness with groups of people, as opposed to, say, our most intimate loved ones or family. And for many of you, this is going to be, in general, the new moon is a period of new beginnings. It's actually a period when the sun is conjunct the moon, which means it's in the same sign as the moon, in this case Virgo. And when that happens, it's the beginning of the cycle. So there's kind of, there's a burst of energy in nature for initiative and for starting things, making a fresh start, turning over a new leaf, starting a new project. So if you have old habits or behaviors or beliefs that are in question and you're searching for a new way to do things, or old situations in your life that need to be restructured, or that you need to plan new goals, this is the time, the moment when you're aligned with nature to start planting those seeds in order to watch new beginnings manifest over that 28-day cycle. Okay, so for you, as I said, this new moon in Virgo is going to be falling in your 11th house. So I think that a lot of my Scorpios are going to be putting, dreaming up some new plans, some new goals, thinking about how to create new beginnings. What do you want to be when you grow up? Regardless of how old you are, but, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? What is holding you back from reaching those goals, from moving forward? So I'm using the Universal Tarot. I love these big cards. The images are nice and large. We can see all the detail in them. And I'm also using a new oracle deck called the Vintage Wisdom Oracle with some beautiful Victorian artwork, photography, mixtures on them. And two cards fell out for you. So, you should feel pretty special right now, Scorpio, because all the other signs so far have received one card. But we had two cards jump out the deck for you, and I've accepted them on your behalf because, they could have significant meaning for you. So, release and gentleness. Okay? Now, what I perceive from these oracle cards for you this month, and as I'm looking at the 9 tarot cards that we have laid down here, and the card that's the base of the deck, there are some major changes for my Scorpios. Okay, you are in a period of regeneration. You may be coming into this new moon cycle having gone through some changes. Things having drastically transformed in your life, maybe moving away from situations that you were once very attached to, perhaps losing people in your life, or walking away from situations that were very important to you at one time. So you are releasing either someone or some things or a way of life, and you're moving into this Virgo new moon cycle, and the universe is asking you to be gentle with yourself, okay? To not be so hard, to not have such huge expectations as you're coming out of a period where, you are, you're like the butterfly in the cocoon. Becoming a butterfly, you have to break free from that cocoon. You're leaving that body. You're leaving that incarnation of yourself in the past. And that's huge. You're being reborn. Scorpio is the sign of regeneration. Scorpio is the sign of death, symbolically and literally. Okay, so that is your realm that you are, in charge of in this lifetime, in this incarnation. So you will see throughout your life situations where maybe you have felt like this was the end, of the way of life that you've known it. This could be one of those times where you have, there's been an ending. There's definitely been an ending of some great importance for you. And now you are, I just got this impression of a battle, of, knights on the battlefield in armor, fighting a very vigorous and long, difficult battle. And someone has won. There has been an ending. There has been a win, even though there is damage, to you or to your army or to the people around you, to the opposing, to the opposition. It's been a hard-won battle, but there has been a win. And even if that win has been that you have just come to the realization that you need to walk away or get away from something or someone, let that be your victory. Let that be your understanding of a victory, okay? And now the vision I see is you taking what's yours, what's important to you, the people that are important to you, and moving on. Okay, moving past that battle. That battle is over. It's done. Whether that battle is an emotional one, whether it is in your relationship, whether it's in your family, whether it is in your job or your profession, okay? Something has definitely ended and now you are moving away. You have the Death card here coming into this cycle. This is powerful because this is your card, Scorpio, okay? And this is ruled by Scorpio. So you are showing up right here, smack dab in the beginning of the reading as how you are coming in. Now, the Death card, on this particular card, there's a lot of symbolism here because, you have the Hierophant here standing in front of the Death riding in on the white horse. You have a king who is laid out here on the ground. He's incapacitated. And you have children here as well. You have one praying and you have one kind of leaning back, maybe out of fear or out of despair. And you have this Hierophant who is the priest, okay, kind of making, trying to communicate in some way. So, and you also, which I'm just noticing, is you have the sun rising. Now, this could be a sunset or a rise, but my impression is that this is the sun rising, okay? So, because of the light that's coming here. So I feel that you're coming out of the ending of something. There has been a release, or you are in the process of releasing, and now a new day is dawning in your life. The Hierophant represents structures in our life. So structures, institutions, socially acceptable or socially accepted or recognized institutions, marriage, family, big business, big corporations, the church, university, college, okay? So any of those areas you could have been experiencing an ending there as you're coming into this new moon cycle. And now you are here on the Six of Swords. You are sailing away, okay? To calmer shores, to a calmer way of life, to peace. You may be moving from war to peace, okay? Whatever it is, you are traveling toward something else now from what it was that you left behind, something brand new. You're moving in that direction. You've left that difficult situation behind, and look at what is coming up next. the sun. Okay? So whatever it is that you have left behind, so powerful here. Death, then the Six of Swords, then the Sun card. Okay? You're moving ultimately toward happiness. You're moving ultimately toward good health, toward abundance, toward peace, toward joy, toward fulfillment. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you may have maybe moving away from storms, which just came to me. So maybe some of you, as we're moving in this week, are traveling from somewhere that has been affected by some of the natural occurrences, disasters that we've been experiencing this month, whether it's the hurricanes or earthquakes. So you may be moving away from a troublesome, stormy situation that was life-threatening, perhaps, toward peace and safety. Okay, you may be traveling with your children. The Sun card, for the most part, always has a child on it. So it could be you're moving with your children or you're traveling with your children. Okay, towards somewhere that's warm or that's safe, that's abundant, where you have everything that you need: food, water, shelter, clothing. Okay, loved ones. A feeling of being safe and secure, and you've had to leave that place. Okay, so that's the first, say the first 10 to 15, say the first week to 10 days of this cycle. This is the energy that I'm feeling for that period. Now, the Four of Swords comes next, so that's recuperation, that's resting, that is gaining your strength, getting some sleep. You've come through a difficult period. This is where that concept of gentleness is important, because you are now needing to recover. Maybe you have been through a health situation that was a life and death situation, and you survived it, and now you are recuperating and you're recovering and you're moving towards good health. Okay, the Four of Swords talks about that: recovery, recuperation, regaining your strength, regaining your health. You could be getting more sleep or needing more sleep to heal. You could be doing more meditation. You could be spending time outside. I see some of you spending time in nature to kind of regain your balance, regain your center, your focus. Some of you may have just recently come out of the hospital. Okay, interesting, because this is the first time I'm actually seeing this on this card. But here you see the knight here. He's laying down his sword. He's in a prayerful, meditative state. And out in the window here, there's an H. And H for me represents hospital. Okay? So some of you may be in the hospital or have just been released from the hospital. Okay? And so now that you are moving toward this recuperative state, the universe is saying it's going to take some time. At the center of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune controls the concept of time for me. So time as far as divine timing, not your timing, not my timing, not when we want something to happen or when we have projected that we can make it happen or that we hope it will happen, but when the universe feels that you are ready. Okay? So allow yourself to take time to recuperate. Allow yourself to take time to rest. Allow your life to unfold now in the new direction that it is going. Because know that this is divine timing that we're talking about. All right? This is when I see the Wheel of Fortune, this also tells me that astrology can be significant. So many of you may want to check your horoscope. If you would like a reading with me, where I also provide you with a 6-month forecast, that could be extremely helpful for you in knowing what aspects are coming up for you within the next 6 months, so that you can make your plans under the best weather conditions, so to speak, okay, in your life as far as astrological influences. Okay, so that is important. Timing is important, but know that when we talk about divine, we're talking about the influence of God or the universe or angels or celestial beings that are watching over you, protecting you. Again, if some of you have been through a very difficult situation, know that it was the protection of those beings around you that pulled you through, that helped you survive, that helped you get through to this state, okay, of good health, of survival, of recovery and recuperation. Now, there could be someone in your life, possibly an air sign, which could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. More than likely a male influence, but it doesn't have to be a male influence. It can be female as well. But the King of Swords is coming up here. And the King of Swords is aligned with the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. So I feel that whoever this person is, it is someone who is bringing blessings to you. Okay? Someone who has, number one, is an extremely intelligent person, a very logical person. He or she thinks about things very carefully before making a decision or taking decisive action, okay? Everything they do after having thought long and hard before making decisions, okay? Because they're very logical. They don't act based off of their emotion. They don't act based off of just intuition. They are very logical and intellectual people. I am getting possibly law enforcement, or the military as well. So it could be a person who is a police officer or in some other form, branch of law enforcement, or a person who's in the military police possibly. But again, this person is a very strong, stable person. They are, once they make a decision, that decision is cut into stone, because it takes them, they deliberate before they make the decision. So there could be some connection with legal, with the legal area or with the military for you. Also, I see this person as potentially a father figure. Could be a father figure. Could also be a judge. All right, so there could be some legal aspect of your recovery here. So say perhaps you've been through a difficult situation or sustained some kind of loss. It could be property or, prayerfully not, God forbid not, but a loss of a person in your life. There may be legal ramifications now that are going to take some time to be unraveled, or some time that need to be deliberated on. Some of you may be hiring an attorney to help you in this situation, all right? But I do feel that person is going to be someone who is helpful for you in this situation, and it's going to take some time for that that beneficial action to come to the conclusion that you're hoping for. So definitely, if this person is in your life, don't hesitate to align yourself with them. Again, it could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Sun, Rising, Moon. It doesn't matter, or just someone who has those qualities or is in a position of authority. The key word here being authority. Okay. The message I just felt was let him or her fight for you. Let them fight for you. Let them fight on your behalf. You rest, you gain your strength, you allow yourself to recuperate, and you bring in reinforcements. okay? Because, the Eight of Swords is here at the base of the deck. So on some level, even though you have moved away from difficulty, there still are some restrictions. But these are self-perceived, okay? Really, if you look closely, you can make progress, and you actually are making progress, regardless of what difficulties you've been through, or what limitations or what obstacles you've had to travel through or get over. You really are free to move, because these limitations or barriers are not solid. They can be moved, they can be traveled over or moved around, okay, to help you create a new life or get past whatever difficulty, stress, or pain you've been through. All right, so keep that in mind. You are not trapped, Scorpio. You are not trapped is the message here. Bring in reinforcements. Get help. Bring in a trusted advisor, okay, to assist you here. Now, towards the end of the new moon cycle, so I would say the last 10 days to week before the next new moon in October 19th, I feel as though your energy is still not going to be 100%. And you know what, Scorpio? That's okay. Because what I told you when I was talking about the Wheel of Fortune is that we can't go by our own timing. We have to go by the timing of the universe, our bodies, divine timing. So when something is ready to happen, or when you are ready, when it is time for you to step out, or when you are fully prepared or fully recovered or fully rested, then it will be time for you to move forward. I feel right here you have the Magician, and so your powers to manifest are not fully potent yet. Okay, you still have some recovery, you still have some rest, you still have some strength that you need to gain or regain from all of this that you've been through. Okay, but the sun is here, so the sun talks about good health, energy, rejuvenation. Okay, so you have that at your beck and call. Also, there could be a family situation, or even a relationship or a marriage that has been affected by all of this that has happened, and it's going to need time to rebalance. It's going to need time to heal. There is a need for healing here, but only time is going to allow that to take place, to happen. Okay, so if there has been a falling out with loved ones, if there has been a separation of the family unit, or perhaps you've been through a divorce and that was a tremendous ending in your life, and you've moved away, or the papers were signed, the divorce was final, and now you really are in a recuperative state from this period of your life having ended. No, it's going to take you some time to rebalance. It's going to take some time to find another situation, or perhaps to find someone to have that full 100% connection with in the future. But don't worry, because again, divine timing is what's important here, and you allowing yourself to be carried along with faith. A lot of this has to do with faith, that what is yours you will have, and that what is no longer yours, or what no longer serves your higher purpose, has been taken away, or was taken away. Okay, so as far as relationships, I do see the need to make a decision. There may be decisions that you're called upon to make before the next new moon, that you may be delaying because there are other people involved. There could be family members, there could be children, there could be parents, there could be significant others who you don't have either cooperation from, or who are delaying a process so that you really can't make any decisive choices or any final decisions by the end of this month or the end of this new moon cycle. I am going to pull one more card from the top of the deck and see. Okay, a King of Pentacles. I'll do one more. Okay, King of Pentacles and an Ace of Cups. Okay, so there may be someone of an air sign, of an earth sign, which would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And when I said, I said before, there may have been a falling out, or there may have been a separation, or a divorce, or some kind of, emotional situation turned upside down or turned over, as an imbalance. So I feel that there is something right now that you are still depending on another person to finalize or to decide or to make a decision about, and that it really is not, it's not necessarily going to happen by the 19th or 20th of October. Now, when we do our readings for next month, we can see how that energy is going to move, or what that timing will be. But again, with the wheel in the center here, the message to you is wait, see what's going to happen. Don't try to push anything because you don't have the power right now. It seems like the power is in other people's hands who are in some way emotionally connected to you. And so you have to kind of sit back and wait to see what's going to happen here. But in the meantime, there's an importance for you to be gentle with yourself, to rest, to relax, to rejuvenate, to regain your strength and regain your power, Scorpio. Okay? And Scorpio, again, is the sign of regeneration. So many of my Scorpios will go underground in some way. You want to be alone, or you'll cut people off, cut off communication, not answer the phone, go on a retreat, go away, so that you can be alone in order to regain your balance and regain your emotional strength. And this may be one of those times where you need to do that and kind of wait to see what other people in your life are going to do before you can come to some decisive conclusion of your next steps. Okay? So if this has resonated for you and you've been through a lot, I'm sending you a lot of love and positive energy, positive vibes, healing vibrations, prayers, white light, all good things to you, Scorpio, for your rest, your recuperation, your regeneration, so that you can now move on into the next phase on your journey. Okay? Thank you so much for spending this time with me, Scorpio. Again, if you'd like a private reading, please contact me at the link in the information box below. And I wish you again all good things, sending you love, peace, and joy. And I bid you namaste.